Hello everyone, this is Reconstructor here. My name is Richard Guevara, Reconstructor in social media. I'm from Venezuela and I'm based in Hong Kong. Welcome to my Pilates class. I'm going to talk for about 3-4 minutes to introduce the class and then to welcome everyone. So if you're connecting there's a few people, just wait, we're going to start the class in just about a few minutes. I'm going to start to speak English and in Spanish as well, just to say hi to all my people. And we wait for the rest of you guys to get connected. So yeah, welcome to my class. I'm going to explain how the class goes in a few seconds, alright? So, hola a todos, mi nombre es Richard Guevara, soy venezolano y resido en Hong Kong y me consiguen en social media como Reconstructor. Ese es mi segundo apellido y lo uso para trabajar. Es un placer para mí estar aquí compartiendo con ustedes la experiencia que me ha dado un poco la vida y todo este mundo maravilloso del fitness, y voy a tratar de hacer la clase en inglés y en español para conectar con todos ustedes, ¿ok? Entonces voy a esperar a que se conecten unos cuantos más. Tenemos un par de minutos para comenzar la clase y bueno, voy a explicar un poco cómo va, de qué va la clase. Yvonne, chica la chingada, Yvonne, mira, so thanks everyone for joining. Thanks Mike, Sebastian, actually all the team is working behind all of this for having me here. It's a pleasure to be sharing stage or room or class with all those presenters around the world. Right now is teaching a big teacher for most of us that love step. And it's Rebecca Small on the other room. This is like incredible. I never thought about my name next to her name in the same schedule, same that all of the other presenters. So it's great to be here and I'm grateful for the opportunity. Gracias por la invitación a todo el equipo organizador. Para mí es un placer estar aquí compartiendo esta clase y además compartiendo con todos los profesores que se han presentado y los que quedan por presentarse. Acabo de mencionar a Rebecca Small, pero hay muchísimos más. Rebecca está dando una clase, o empieza ahora una clase de step, y quiero imaginar que está en el salón de al lado, y que al final de mi clase yo voy y la conozco. Entonces para mí ha sido un placer verlos a todos. Las clases he tratado de conectarme durante la noche, son las casi 11 de la mañana aquí en Hong Kong, y bueno, estamos a punto de comenzar. So guys, the idea of this class, more than doing a Pilates class than most of you have done most of the time or a lot, and you got experience, is share what I found useful for me, for myself, to improve my posture and to improve my mobility, alright? That's why we call my fascia, because it's all connected. Just like Gary said on his class, that was a wonderful class. It was an easy way to see it and to understand what's going on with this connected tissue called fascia. And we call it myofascia because we're going to connect its muscle and joints and bones and the fascia all connected working together. So easy exercise, I believe, with a few changes, then you guys can adapt. So the idea is to share what it works for me with some of the exercise, and then you can find a way to adapt the concept or the principle of those movements to your own routine. I use this kind of movement just to get in a better shape, in a better posture, and then start my day. Or I use a different flow with the same principles and then just to rest. Have you seen the importance of the fascia? When it's unhealthy, we lose our posture, we change our mobility, we lower the stress, we don't sleep well. It's just one of the importance of having a healthy fascia system. So the fascia, for those who didn't see or didn't watch Gary's class, please go scroll down and look for Gary and his Let's Talk Fast and talk about fascia. And you will understand why it's so important to be mobile, to be flexible, and just keep moving. And it's a better way to take care of ourselves. So, lo que vamos a hacer, yo voy a enseñar unos ejercicios muy sencillos y hacerles algunos cambios para que ustedes puedan después adaptarlo a su rutina. ¿Okay? No vengo a dictar una clase magistral de steps, solo vengo a compartir lo que funciona para mí, para mejorar mi postura, para mejorar mi movilidad y después afrontar lo que venga en el día o en la noche cuando lo hago, solamente para relajar, pero irme a dormir con una mejor postura y con un feeling de, ok, me siento bien y puedo descansar. Okay. Si quieren ver una charla sobre fascia, vayan, busquen en el grupo y busquen por Gary, que desde UK dio una excelente charla y se las recomiendo. Así que un saludo para Gary también, que hizo un excelente trabajo con naranjas y después mostró muchos equipos que pueden utilizar. Hoy no estamos utilizando equipos, vamos a usar nuestro cuerpo y yo creo que ya estamos listos para comenzar. So we are ready to go. So hi to everyone, hi to people in Malaysia. I'm looking forward to finally go there, guys. Hi to everyone in Latin America. Jesus, ¿cómo estás, hermano? And so let's get started. Before to start into the exercise, I'm going to show you some of the movement that you can do just to test, to listen to your body and know more or less how your all tissue, your all fascia, your all muscles, different lines, different change or slings are working. Alright, so it's kind of a test before to get into the class. I'm going to explain what the test works for. So les voy a explicar para qué sirve cada movimiento, para qué sirve cada test y después entrar en ello, right? So you don't need to do the class, you can just watch, you can just listen, or you can join the class. Just if you join the class, guys, make sure you got a room to move. You don't need so many space, just a mat, but just be aware of everything is around you, just to don't get hurt. I cannot see you, I cannot tactile cueing you to guide you through the movement. So it's your work to be careful what you're doing. If something doesn't feel right, just stop the movement, watch again, and when you get it, or when you feel comfortable with the move, give it another try. Okay, so pendiente del espacio que tienen alrededor, no los puedo ver, no los puedo tocar, solo estén pendientes de lo que tienen alrededor y si algo no se siente bien, paren, vuelven a observar y después lo intentan. Okay, entonces aquí vamos. I'm going to ask you guys to stand. I'm going to stand facing sideways. So feet hip distance apart. So it means your feet are under your hip. That's the alignment I want. Alright? So we're going to stand here, facing forward. We're going to do it in a corner. Lengthen the spine. That means grow. Belly button goes in. And then we're just going to roll down. Let your hands go down. Look down to the floor. Maintain your legs straight and try to move your spine and you go as low as you can. You don't need to touch the floor. Now roll down and roll up. Same way. We're going to do this 2 more times. Try to move your spine bone by bone. So it's your head, your neck, your shoulder, your upper back, the rib cage move, then the lower back, and at last, but not least, the hip. You go all the way down and then start to roll up. Move from the hip, belly button in, lower back, rib cage, roll up, and all the way up. We're going to do this 1 more time. Lo vamos a hacer una vez más. Now, what I want you to focus on, listen to your body, how you feel. If you go to the floor, great. If you don't go to the floor, it's fine. I just want you to feel your body. We're gonna do this at the end of the class just to compare. We're testing all the back sling or all the back change or the back line of our muscle and our myofascial system, all the posterior part of our body. So I'm going to do it 2 more times for you so you can listen to your body a little bit more. I'm going to change my posture. Look straight forward, belly button in, and then you roll down. So you might see I'm moving bone by bone, and there's a point where my spine doesn't move and my hip goes back. That tells me my spine might need to move a little bit more. But that segment of my spine is not moving quite right. And then I'm coming all the way up. Some of you might find your spine going super smooth in a nice curve, and then the hip. Some of you might feel you get stuck and then descend the hip back and come back. So you might need to work on that segment, on that area of your spine, and then maybe lengthening the back of the legs. That's it for this movement. The next one, I'm gonna come here closer, guys. We're gonna check the mobility of our shoulders and then our hips. So all I want you to do is put your hand here, right to your rib cage. Pongan su mano aquí en la costilla, mantengan el abdomen adentro. Now leave your hand. So you're gonna bring your hand up and down. I'm out of the frame maybe, so I'm gonna come a little bit back. Give me this 4 more times. So notice now how your shirt is moving. And if you pull your shirt down, it might interrupt the movement. It kind of feels stiff. That's what happens when the fascia, like Gary explained, is not healthy. So if I pull from here and I try to move, I feel stiff. But if my fascia is healthy, I'm gonna show like the fascia is my shirt, I could go here without problem. All right? The other thing you might notice is that I try to move only from my shoulder. Yo quiero mover solo mi hombro y no la columna. I don't want to move my spine. I want to focus and isolate the movement of that shoulder. So last one, and then bring it down. So I'm going to do it quickly on the other side. So the hand here is just to test how your shoulder move and how far you can go without compensating with your spine. All right? So just 2 more times. Bring it up and bring it down. So it's just a shoulder flexion and just lifting your hand. In, bring it down. Good job, guys. So we test our whole spine on the posture chain. We test our shoulder. Now we're gonna test our hips. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna squat. Now you have to squat thinking that you are against a wall. So when you come down, your spine stays nice and long. So the normal squat we do on the gym, we put our weight here and you lean forward. That test is that's a different squat. We're gonna test the squat like this. Again, hip distance apart, maybe a little bit wider, so un poco más amplio de sus caderas. Now I'm gonna start to go down. As much as I can, maintain my spine nice and long. From here, I basically cannot move anymore. That means the dissociation of my hips and the rest of my body is just this. I might need to work on the mobility, on the fascia of my whole legs to release and get a little bit more range. Probably. I could try a few things, all right? So we're gonna do a few more. Just go down, maintain the spine nice and long, without tilting. When you feel you cannot go anymore, you can come to the ball of your foot. Maintain the spine nice and long, and then just come all the way down, and then come all the way up. We're gonna do it 2 more times, alright? So we come down, maintain the spine nice and long, mantén su columna vertebral larga, y después viene hacia la bola del pie, hacia el metatarso, y vamos hacia arriba. Una vez más, 1 more time, I'm just going to do it here for you guys. Hip distance apart, squat, maintain my feet flat, shoulders back. When I feel I can't go anymore or I start to lean, I'm going to come to the ball of my foot for a full squat. So now we challenge 2 different things. On the squat, you challenge if you can dissociate or isolate the hip from the rest of your body. And with the full squat, when you come into the ball of your foot, I think it's pretty obvious, we challenge our balance and our proprioception, which is the awareness of how I feel my body into the space. I think that makes sense. I don't know. Can check my English for that. Pero lo que quiero chequear es primero que pueda mover la cadera sin necesidad de mover el resto de su columna y después su control o su balance, el equilibrio que tienen en su propiocepción, cómo sienten su cuerpo. So sorry, I'll be changing English, Spanish, English, or Spanglish, probably. That's it, guys. We're gonna taste one more thing and we're good to go to the exercise. So stay nice and long, spine here. I'm gonna put my hands on the side, hands on your hip bone, and I'm gonna bring one foot or one leg up. So it looks like this from sideways. Here. I go as high as I can, maintain my hip square. And then I'm gonna extend the leg. Do this 4 more times. So, yo voy a levantar mi pierna tan alto como pueda, mantener mis caderas alineadas. Por eso uso mis manos aquí. Change to the other leg, guys. So it looks from the front view, something like this. I might not go too high. If I go higher than this, when I kick, I kind of compensate. That tells me I will need to lengthen the back of my legs. So all that posterior chain or posterior sling of my myofascial system might need to move and lengthen and get loose a little bit more. We are good with the test. Are we good to go with the exercise? Zoila, hello Zoila, hola Ingrid and all the rest. Hola a todos. Vamos a hacer un par de ejercicios, ¿ok? El primero parte de aquí. The first exercise start from here. So I'm just gonna show you here and then I go to the mat. Belly button in, the rib cage doesn't move. No movemos la columna. And I'm just gonna flow my hands front and back, one at a time. And then I'm gonna do corners. I'm gonna explain why the corners. So lay down on your back. We're gonna do this. Feet, knees and hips in one line, and then I calm down as you feel comfortable. Maintain your head on the floor, shoulders and tailbone. And there is no movement at all on your whole spine, alright? So we're gonna do one arm at a time. Breathe in and breathe out to lower. Inhale and exhale each time. The rib cage maintains there. If you want to test, put the hands on top of your rib cage so you avoid flaring. Just a few more. Now we're going to move both at the same time. And we facilitate the move. If you see, it's easy to go with the gravity going down than going against the gravity. And we're going to change that exercise so to try and test how that feels. Just a few more. We come down. Now we can do both at the same time that we're doing. Now place your hands on the side, maintain the belly button in, and float one leg at a time. That's what we call tabletop. Now you're going to tip your toes down and bring it back in. While you're doing this, listen to your abdomen. There is a lot of things happening there. Your abdominal muscles are being challenged. You lean the leg forward, tip your toes like tasting the water of the swimming pool. And it's fresh, so you can go for a dive later. Go down. Now place your legs together. So I want you to bring your knee closer, and then we're going to bring both legs at the same time. So it kind of looks like this. From here, you're going to tip the toe and bring it down. Now I'll be moving around, you just keep moving. Here, tip, and down. Now the breathing, guys, we use breathing to facilitate the move. So when you go down, you might need to bring the belly button in. So you breathe out. When you bring the knees up, you breathe in. So inhale when the knees are up, exhale when the knee goes down. Just maybe 2 more if you're moving there along. And then relax. We're gonna move both hands and legs at the same time. And again, maintain your spine without any movement. Movemos brazos y manitos con las piernas sin mover la columna, okay? So, here we go. I come to my same position, shoulder, head, shoulder, and tailbone. Bring the legs up, put the hands here. Gonna move my hand and the opposite leg, and then come up. One hand, opposite leg, and I maintain my hand here, like I'm holding a table just on top of me. Here, So we can do one at a time. Bring the belly button in. So your abdominal works to stabilize your body. Just a few more. And now relax. Just bring the hands down, legs down. Good job, guys. We're going to start moving now on circles. So I'm going to show you here, you can have a better view. We're going to go first to diagonals. So we're going to do just 5. When you come down, you're going to bring your thumb towards your pocket. So imagine just putting money on your pocket, and then when you come up, you offer that money and bring it out. Or put a sword here and then take the sword out and this. We're going to do this 5 times on each side, alright? We go straight forward. You maintain the same position. Come down. Now I'm going to pick up my right hand to my left pocket and then come back up, thumbs pointing the floor always. If I go down, my thumb is down. If I go back, my thumb is also down, going outside. 2 more times. Belly button in, moving, floating, and feeling now in a different direction. Bring the hand down and we switch. Now what we're going to do here is start to work into diagonals, which means we're going to use a different muscle structure, different limbs of our myofascial system. Just 2 more. Bring it in, bring it out, and then you breathe as you feel comfortable. This is the last one. And relax. Now bring legs to tabletop. You're going to place your hands on top of the knee. Ponga sus manitos encima de la rodilla. And start to draw circles. Van a dibujar círculos en el techo. And you follow with your hands. Don't go too far, so you can maintain contact with your fingers on the top of your knee. Circle around and then change direction. Just a few more. Alright, so the way this works is just lubricate joints. So we move different directions here, we go up and down, you do different circle here, we move in a plane of motion, and then we start to change to make things more functional and more real, more adapt to what we do every single day. Alright, that's what we're going to do. Now, I'm going to ask you to put your knees together and then bring it out and in. All the idea, again, as I said, is maintain your head, your shoulders, and the tailbone glued to the floor. Mantengan su cabeza, hombros y cadera pegadita al mar. Y movemos las piernas hacia afuera y hacia adentro. Okay? So it looks like this. From here, guys, place your hands a little bit wider, and you're going to bring the legs outside. Feel the inner thigh lengthening a little, and then bring it back in. So we facilitate now one movement, which is the abduction or the opening of your hips and legs, especially the lengthening of the inner thigh. Here is easy. If you got the range and you feel comfortable, you can go a little bit wider, as much as you can. Maintain the hips glued. If you want to isolate, we can do one at a time. So let's do this. One knee, stay glued here, and then bring only one leg outside and inside. Feel the tension on your abdomen and feel how this side starts to pull up. And you have to bring your abdomen in to maintain that part of our head, or that part of your head, glued to the mat. Change to the other side. So this leg stay and this leg go out. Feel this is something you have to avoid. You have to be glued here. So the pressure under your head is the same all the time. 2 more times. I think I'm going to lose my voice after this class. Bring it in and relax. Bring the knee towards your chest and now roll up. So what I did, I told you I'm going to move, explain. So it's not a normal class, right? It's something to get you a few concepts and few ideas, and then you adapt to what you're doing. What I did was lubricate my joints, all right? Shoulders and hip before to get into my spine, right? Just to isolate the movement of these joints to improve a little bit the mobility. Everything was facilitated because I'm with the gravity. So if I want to facilitate the flexion, I go facing up and the load of the gravity do the job. Right? If I want to challenge, I'm going to do what I'm doing next. Alright? So before to getting that, we're going to warm up the spine a little bit, warm up the legs, the back of the legs, and then we move. Bridging. All we have done bridging. We're going to start rocking the pelvis. So the rock of the pelvis, for those one who doesn't do Pilates normally, is just this, a pelvis tilt. You go rocking the pelvis towards the knee, and then rock the pelvis towards your face. When you rock, think about just moving without squeezing, without contracting. We want to move in a flow. So pelvis club or just pelvis tilt, and then we bridge. All right? Let's go. About halfway through. Bring it down. Rock the pelvis towards the knee, bring it back in. Roll towards the knee, bring it back in. So when you roll forward, breathe in, breathe out, and come back. Breathe in towards the knee, breathe out and come back. Last one, we're going to peel ourselves out of the mat. Bring it in, breathe out, press your heels on the floor, and maintain your hips square. I'm going to open my arm here just to show you guys how it looks. Maintain your feet glued, and now roll down. When we're doing this, think about going part by part of the mat. So it's the tailbone, and then the lower back, rib cage, until you come to your shoulders. To go down, you go your shoulders, the rib cage, the lower back, and then the tailbone. Keep doing this for a while. Peel yourself up. Send the knees to the front. Imagine someone is pulling your legs. So you lengthen the spine. And from there, you move. The lengthening of the spine is key here because you want space in between your bones, in between your vertebrae to move better. And then bring it down. Let it go to knee. Bring it back up. Inhale, exhale. This is the last one. You come back up. Breathe in to prepare, lengthen the spine, and melting bone by bone. It's like you give a massage to your back. Knee to chest. Press a little, move side to side, and then roll up. Good job. Guys, we're going to move now against gravity. So all we did was facilitate the move of the shoulders and the hip, and then we warm up the spine. Lengthen is important because we open space in our spine, and then we can flow or we can go even further. So we're going to quadruped, which is hands on the shoulders and knee on the hips. All right? So we go. So it looks like this. My knees are aligned with my hips. I come down and bring my hands under my shoulders. The breathing is as you feel comfortable, alright? Now we're going to flow one hand to the front and then back. So all we facilitate, now we're going to challenge. Beat by beat, you start to go higher, maintain these elbows soft, and back. Gonna breathe out here, breathe in when I come back down. You can change that breathing. Just maintain your spine nice and long, aligned with your hip. Now we're gonna do the same, guys, from the legs. So one leg at a time. Flow the leg back or slide the leg back in under your hip. Your elbows must be soft. We don't want to lock the joints. You want to bear the weight of your body with your muscles. Shoulders away from your ears as you move, and maintain your spine nice and long as much as possible. I start to lead now. Flow the leg. You're going to feel all the backs lean, all the posterior part of your body working. Se mantenemos la columna alineada lo mayor posible, lo más que ustedes puedan, mientras que mueven las piernitas hacia atrás. Extiende las piernas. It's like someone is pulling your leg gently. It's not pulling like a crazy grip. Just lengthen. Now we're gonna add opposite arm. Maintain your eyes gaze down. So for those one who follow Gary class, you see at the end he shows some picture of the sling. So we're gonna work on our posterior sling, but in diagonals. So it transforms into the posterior sling to a functional sling, which is the way we move. When we move forward, we use that line. He called it line. And then we use the posterior line on the other side. So that's what we're gonna do here. Let's do just a couple of more before we get into rotation. We go here, back in, last one. All right, guys. So now we're gonna do the same diagonals. We're gonna circle our arms. Remember the thumbs. So I'm gonna do it here for you. Just to the corner. Your right arm comes up, and then you bring it back up, and bring the top of the thumb down. Lift, shoulder, and your arm, the hand is always higher than your shoulder. Bring it back in, back up, back down, and then switch. Getting crazy here with the directions. And bring it back up. Just keep the flow. We're going to do 2 more times on each side. Lengthen the spine, your belly button in, and back. Last one here. And back. So we're going to do the same with the hip. The idea here is maintain the hip square. So you don't need to go too high. All you need to do is lift, brace, push the floor, engage, and then circle around. You can change the direction if you want and come back up. Your arm must be stable and actively pushing the floor to activate the front of your body, but also to maintain your body stable. And that's how you use your whole core. Your shoulders, your abdominal muscle, and your glutes. That's all part of your core. We're gonna chain the leg and do 4 circles side to side before we change into another exercise, all right? So the last one here should be like this. Remember pushing the floor down and then back up. That's a good one. All right, we're gonna sit and move the spine a little bit, guys. So the sitting, if you wanna move the spine from sitting, you must be nice and low. If you cannot maintain this and you feel like that, you might need to take something to put under, and maybe you get a little bit taller and you improve that posture. Alright? So from here we're gonna rotate. So this, nice and long, nice sitting, belly button in, lengthen the spine, and then put your hands on your shoulder. From here, we're gonna rotate your spine. Bring it back in and rotate. Now that rotation must come from the rib cage. At the end, you can complete by rotating your spine, your cervical spine. Alright? So you maintain again the hip glute and all the movement is coming from the spine. Back here, belly button in and move. I'm not working into flexion because I want to improve this nice posture. And also because when you rotate, guys, your spine kind of flexes a little bit. So I just want to work into stability and open space and mobilize your spine. So this one is kind of easy. We got gravity against our spine, but we lengthen to go against and then rotate. Now we're going to bring all our posterior chain against gravity. We're going back to quadruped and open the spine. Alright? So come back here. Same position, guys. Knee on the hips, hands on the shoulders. So rodillas debajo de sus caderas y las manitos bien abiertas, los codos suaves debajo de sus hombros. So from here, I'm going to bring my front hand towards the ceiling. Inhale to open the chest, exhale to come down. Do it 3 more times. Breathe in, inhala para subir, exhala para bajar. The supporting arm is pushing, loading the weight in the arms, and then back in. Just 1 more time. Rotate the spine, just like you did when you were seated, but now against the gravity. We're going to change the side so you can see my back. I'm pushing, opening the chest, breathing in, breathing out. Back up, 3 more times. Maintain the hips square and knee on top of your hips. On top, no, under your hips. Just 1 more. And relax. Good job, guys. Alright, we're gonna sit. So now you feel we're moving our spine in different plane of motion or different position to facilitate and to challenge it. The same we did with the hips and shoulders. Facilitate with the gravity and then challenge against the gravity. It's pretty simple. All I want you to focus is on the lengthening of the spine, the breathing to facilitate those movements, and then the low, alright? Just for you to engage and find that nice posture, that's all we want, alright? So, we're gonna sit. We're gonna do mermaid. So we all do Pilates, know that exercise. This leg comes to the front, and this leg go here on the side. If this doesn't feel comfortable, guys, you might sit here. If you don't have your spine nice and long, remember what I did at the beginning? I just put a brick or block, whatever you need, towel, or fold the mat, so you are nice and long, alright? So I'm gonna do a few like this, and then I turn my back to you, so you're gonna do it with you guys. We're gonna move to your right side. So, right leg in front, left leg on the side, spine nice and long. Put your hands on the side. We're going to bring this hand here, and left arm comes above. So we are a different plane of motion. We're going sideways now. Lengthen, so the elbow pointing out, and come above. What's happening here? This arm actively support your body and push, and then you are your body on the side. Maintain the belly button in. The spine moves like a palm tree with a wing. Maintain the glute, and here. We're gonna add 1 more time, guys. Just place the hand here. Come back up. Maintain the hand glued to the floor. Twist your fingers to the front, so it's kind of this position. Not too far and not back. Remember, alignment. Here, and now we're gonna twist. From the top, we're gonna come now around, like holding a big balloon, or if someone you wanna hug but you don't want, because you have to maintain social distances, something famous now. And then you're gonna do a big hug, come under your armpit, and then rotate. So we shorten this lean, and we lengthen the posture function as lean. Here, for those who would like to talk about fascia, rotate. Last one, and we're gonna change and stretch to the other side. Good job, guys. Change your legs. So left leg on the front and right leg back. If you find, again, your hip doesn't touch the floor, or it's like 3 fingers, this part of your hip is up, you might fold the mat or find a pad and put it on the supporting side. So it kind of compensates, you get still, alright? I'm gonna do it sideways so you can see how my spine goes, nice and long. Go left hand on the side of the floor and lengthen. Remember, breathe in using the rib cage and breathe out. I want to breathe in when I twist or when I bend because it opens my rib cage. So if it opens the rib cage, I get more range to move. Alright, so from the back, it's going to look like this. I'm going to change for you. So go here. On. Now believe it's the same side you were doing. If it's not, just keep moving. Now we're going to twist. So the hand is facing forward, your fingers, su dedico hacia adelante, and now we twist. Get under and come back in. Just a few more. We go about 10 minutes so we can complete all we are planning to do with you. One more. And then the last one, you're gonna stretch on the opposite side. So you see guys, we start with one plane of motion for everything, for the joints, and then we start to incorporate different plane of motion. So we go beat by beat. Of course, when you do this in your own time, at your own place, at your own pace, it can be just like this, super quick. It doesn't need to be too long. Now I'm trying to explain, trying to talk and give as much detail as I can, just to share with you what I do by my own or during my classes, right? So we're gonna get into our side sling that brings stability to our body, but also mobilize, right? So sideways, we're gonna lift some weight, but we hit it already, we warm up everything, so we should be good to go. So now here, we're gonna start guys with your legs together, just like this. Your hand is going outside. It's like a triangle shape here. Shoulders back and down, away from your ears, the elbows is soft. The top hand goes here. And we're gonna side lift and then bend. So it's called side bend. If that feels comfortable, keep going. If not, get closer. If you need more support in your hand, fold them out. Whatever feels right for you, just maintain a good alignment. Keep going. We're gonna do 3 more. Come down. Now I'm gonna come down just halfway on the last 2, so my feet doesn't touch the floor. One more time. Come up and down. Relax. That's the preparation for the real side bend. So I'm gonna extend my legs a little bit. My feet are flexed like against the wall. Belly button in. There is no more rotation. We go here all the way up. Look at the bottom hand. Flow your body. Control the way down and maintain the hip off the floor. Chest is facing forward all the time. Rotate your cervical spine and come here. So 2 things happening here. You're gonna challenge or load one side of your body in a closed kinetic change, for those who like to talk about technique. And the other side is an open kinetic change, so you facilitate the move. In, back, down. Good job guys. Just give it a little break, move your shoulder. We're gonna do the twist. So we move in one plane and now we add one more. If you wanna do it kneeling, maintain the legs here. We start here and then you're gonna rotate. You have done this with the mermaid, now we just take it to another level. Come back here, flex your feet all the way up, and then from here, rotate your spine, and then push yourself up. Bring the hip up, and this hand comes down. Then replay the move, or reverse the move. Come here, stay up, 3 more times. Come down, looking at the corner, bring it back into a nice side plank. 2 more times. Rotate the spine, send the hip up, press the floor away, and then come back in. Nice and long. 1 more time. We come back down, back up here, and relax. Good job guys. Change the other side. We start kneeling, as I said. Legs together, your hand is aligned with your knees. So when you come up, your whole body is in one line. That's a great way to know how I will go aligned when I come up. Knees on the front, align with your hand, and your body comes a little bit back. So when you come up, you are already in a good alignment. 3 more times. So we start with coming down. Now I want you to hold up a little bit. So here, and now brace you a wall and then the ceiling and then the other wall. And then come back up. You can imagine whatever it feels good for you to this movement, or you are in a concert. Side bend, extend the legs. So now my feet align with my hand. Top hand here on your thigh, and we go to the side bend. Look at the bottom hand. Without touching the floor, take your hip off the floor. So all the way, engage, belly button in. Come back up. Look at the top hand. 2 more times. Last one, guys. Rotate. In back hip. Take a little break. Move your shoulder, and we go for the twist. So we actively use one side of our body, loading, bearing weight, while the other side is moving, doing like a concert, just waving your hands side to side. We're gonna do the side bend, or the twist, sorry. So come all the way up, nice alignment. Now you're gonna rotate the spine, look under your armpit, push the hip away, de-rotate, send the hip down, and then rotate from the rib cage, come up. So from the sideway, it should be something like this. Let's see if I can do this with the floor. And give you my body. You've got 2 more reps. I'm gonna do it here. Just playing around, guys, around the room. 1 more, so you get a better view of what we're gonna do. I believe we have 1 more. If no one extra will not kill us. Bring it down. Come back up. And then come down. Good job, guys. So, let's recap. We've got 2 more minutes. What I'm doing to improve my mobility and my posture is start little by little. I start moving my joints, the main joints, shoulders and hips. Because from here, then we're gonna move the rest of our body. Sorry. So, after I do this, I take care of my spine deeply. Just a little movement of my spine. That's gonna activate the deep layer of the fascia and the deep layer of muscle and the bone structure. Once I activate that, the local muscle that brings us stability, I can start loading and moving and challenging the global muscle and the global fascia, which is the muscle who help us to move. Then I start one plane of motion. So I go front and back. For example, I go sagittal plane, flexion extension, whatever you want to call it. And then I start adding a little bit more thing. I just show a few exercises that for me helps a lot. What I'm gonna do now is to try my side, my rolling, standing roll down, and see how my body responds. I might need to focus on my posture chain a little bit more, but just by mobilizing the main structure, that for me is the whole core, shoulders, spine, and hips, I might gain some range, or the feeling might change. So I will step back and just give it a try. If it works for you guys, I'm great, and I'll be happy if some of the ideas you can adapt to whatever you do. The principle of the elongation, the breathing, the alignment, especially the alignment. And that's it, just keep moving. I'm gonna go back, do the rolling, then show you a couple things. So remember the hip distance apart, your feet here, facing forward, lengthen the spine, belly button in, and then I'm gonna roll down. All the way down, so I place my hand and then I come back. I'm gonna give you 1 more. All the way up and rest. So the music will run out. That means my time is out, and that was Imagine from John Lennon. Guys, so what I want to share with you is we don't need to go too far to beat by beat improve our body alignment, our body, our posture. And if we improve those things, alignment, it will directly improve our posture. And then, of course, by consequence, it will improve our movement. So what Gary talked on his class is that the layers of the fascia are connected, and some, if you got a restriction or adhering or adherencia in Spanish, here it might affect on your shoulder, and that's one of the slings of our fascia system. So by mobilizing or moving by your own, you can eventually release those areas, improve the lubrication, the hydration of all those structures, and feel better. I feel better after Pilates class. I don't feel tired. Now it's a little bit hot here, but I feel like, I gained some posture. Then I go to my coach to watch Netflix, and then I lose the posture. But then I need to move again. So I hope you can find some of those ideas, some of those concepts, and adapt to whatever you do. It doesn't need to be Pilates. Just put the ideas on. I know you know most of them, and just refresh and try. So thank you so much for some of you watching there. If you're watching this after the class, thanks. Give me your comments. If you're gonna have any question, any comment, feel free to text me. Feel free to send me a message, and I'll be happy to talk with you guys. Muchísimas gracias a los organizadores, muchísimas gracias a todos los que estuvieron por allí conectados. Si son amigos míos, mucho más, porque yo sé que están todos fuera de horario. Y gracias por el apoyo. Thank you so much for supporting the event. Let's keep moving, let's keep uniting all the fitness world, and let's see. I give you just a few minutes, guys. I need to go. Bye bye, everyone. Thank you so much.